Bienvenidos and welcome back, girls, guys, and everyone else. Once again, it is your host, Arachnid Soul. We are talking about video game pricing. Now let's bring her in, our returning champion, Niris.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm doing very well. Again, thanks for giving me the honor of being in your awesome show.
We're glad to have you back. Everybody loved you, and I love you, but we saved that for off the air. To me, the marketing is what makes a game AAA, not necessarily the quality, because there are some $60 AAA games that come out that are complete garbage, Ubisoft. But yes, people have come to expect that latest AAA game from any of the big studios to cost $60. And then you've got games that are free to play, and you play them for free, but then you got to put a lot of money in. Niris, what is your take on the pricing of gaming, rather, in the gaming industry?
The console video game pricing seems to be rather stuck at $60, no matter what quality or how unfinished the game might be at release. And I feel like that needs to change, but they still sell them for $60, even if it's just a digital copy. I find that kind of a cheap shot at us gamers. It's like, yeah, you just buying a file, but it's gonna still cost you $60.
I've never understood that either. I mean, if you buy a hardcover book or even a paperback book and you have a physical copy, it's gonna cost you more than if you buy the ebook online, because the ebook is just a PDF file. It's so easy to take just a file and just reproduce it, which is basically what a digital game is. When we talk about pricing on the console of video games, I always say that's one of the reasons that more games are not cross-platform. Because if you're playing on console and everyone you know is playing on console and it's cost you $60 to get that game, they don't want you playing cross-platform with a bunch of people on PC that either on voice chat or in text are going to say, oh, you paid $60 for it? We only paid $30.
Yes, exactly. Having games be so much cheaper on PC, it makes it so that I touch my PS4 less, because all the games that I want to play are cheaper on PC. So I get them on PC. Only games that I really know my console friends are going to be playing a lot of, I might buy for both systems.
You have games like League of Legends and games like Smite and other games that are free, but they're not pay-to-win type games. And they come out, and all of a sudden that entire MOBA genre of game now, in the minds of a lot of gamers, has to be free. I actually side with the game companies on this. I remember when BATTLEBORN was about to come out and people were like, oh, this is going to be free, isn't it? Or Paragon was about to come out, oh, this is going to be free. For whatever reason, the couple of things that have been free have completely devalued the whole genre. When it's free, I want to think, okay, this is free, but not this entire genre, just this game.
I agree with you. Paragon being the example, I was part of the online tests for that game. I was thrilled with how awesome it looked. Never did it cross my mind that it was going to be a free-to-play game just because it was a MOBA. But whenever I spoke to my friends, they would assume immediately that it was going to be a free-to-play game and that we're going to spend money buying skins. So when it did launch and they found out they had to pay $20 for it, they were appalled. They were, what? This is a MOBA. This should be free-to-play. I'm not going to pay $20 for a MOBA. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. Paragon is a very detailed, beautiful game. They've poured a lot into that game. It should be worth something.
When a lot of these AAA marketed games come out and you hear that they've spent $100 million on this game, and then you play the game and you say, well, I don't know, I mean, it's a good game maybe, but at the same time, I don't understand how it's $80 million better than, say, Journey on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. So when you're paying $60 for a game, a lot of that $60 is going towards the fact that they might have spent $40 million making the game, but they might have spent another $40 million, another $50 million just marketing the game. I think most gamers still think that a $60 game has to do with graphics or content or game life or anything like this. I think if people thought about the amount of marketing that would justify in their minds, maybe not to the point that they'd want to pay it, but at least they'd be able to understand, oh, that's why this thing costs $60.
Yeah, basically the $60 breakdown, maybe $27, $26 actually go to the publisher. Most of the what's left of the $60 goes to the retailers that are going to sell the game. It goes to the distribution and cost of goods for whenever they launch a game. And basically it gets broken down. That's why they make it so high, so that everybody can get a good piece of the pie at the end.
Right, they still want to turn a profit. When the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 generation launched, I heard, and I'm sure you heard them too, the rumors. These games on average are going to cost $90.
Yeah.
And then that's not really what happened, though there are some games we could mention that you've got the season passes, which may or may not contain all of the content that's actually going to come out. And instead of you paying, say, $60 for the game, you're going to end up paying $95. Sometimes you're going to pay over $100 to get all of the content and the gun skins and all of this other stuff.
I hate season passes, and I hate content tacked on pre-orders. I'm on the camp of the people that believe that games should be released completely. I feel all these season passes, all of these pre-order add-ons, they're literally just a game that they've cut up in little pieces just to profit as much as they can off of us. You know, you give me a shooting game with 12 maps or something, but tell me that I'm only going to get the other 10 or 12 maps if I get the season pass, which is going to be like another $30 on top of it. You know, it's kind of like, you know, a fuck you to me from them.
I fully agree with you, and that is another topic for another day that I'm sure we will cover. Do not forget to follow yours truly on Twitter and on Instagram at Arachnid Soul. Niris and all of her information is in the description below. It has been your host, your boy, your friend, your mate, Arachnid Soul, intellectual, voracious, and passionate. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will catch you girls, you guys, and everyone else out there later.